And here we are, live and direct. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, world, wherever you're joining us from. Welcome to our weekly podcast called Bantu. Um, Today is what's today's date? The third. Oh, what's today's date? The 12th, 13th, 13th. However, however, the 13th of
Today's the 13th name where
yeah, I'm always. Anyway, like Bachar said, the 13th of April, 15. What? 18 days before my birthday.
oh really?
Anyway, welcome. It's another special Sunday, and the voice behind is no other than moi, Kalinda Shachinda, right here in the city of Indianapolis, and the state is Indiana, the Midwest of the country of the U.S. Doing the Vavuzelas today. Anyway, I wanted to start on a different, no, but now they come at you because we have a serious matter to discuss right after this. Come in with your Vavuzelas and do your all.
Yeah, my name is Chanda Chilufia. Of course, I'm broadcasting live from Ontario, Canada. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking time for your busy schedule. Just come and, listen to us and discuss most pertinent, important issues that's been happening in the past week or weeks. So, even as Zambia, you know, to I'm told like you are welcome. And in terms of contributing to the program, you can join in by following link, not to pick up link, but yeah, you can also comment, and your comments will be highlighted. Yeah, that's various ways that you can communicate and contribute to this program. And basically, we're discussing the major topics that have happened throughout the week. Of course, we've had just on a summary. We're talking about, of course, our late first ever female president, female finance minister that died. And of course, we're talking about other developmental issues in terms of, the university student housing project that is underway, and so many other issues. Thank you very much, and we'll welcome you. And of course, we got a new entrant to the program. Uh, if you could just introduce yourself and let's communicate and see how we can address these issues. Thank you.
Mr. Simukonda, please join us. Do your Vavuzelas as well. We're just at the tip of the show. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. And how are you, everyone? Yeah, I can see Wachanda, and also I can see is it Madam Kalinda? Yes. Yeah, actually, my name is Simkonda Chitumba, based in Zambia. Yeah, actually, my birthday is coming this next week on 17th. I'm celebrating my birthday. Thank you
Happy
very much.
birthday. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I think before we start, shall we just go ahead with shall we do a 1 minute of silence for our late mother, sister, aunt, grandmother, the first female finance minister, Madam Edith Nawakwi. The minute starts now.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, that's a minute. Yeah, so let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. So it was announced Monday morning Zambian time that Zambia had lost the first female finance minister, Madam Edith Naakwe in South Africa. She was 66 years old. She was battling various ailments, and yeah, she succumbed to those ailments in South Africa. And well, she was put to rest. When was that? Thursday. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that Thursday or Friday? Because I this past week just flew over me. I don't know what was going or coming. And yeah, we saw politics at play, but I think we should not delve in too much into that. Let's just remember her as a trailblazer, in Zambian politics, and especially to us women, I mean, for me, I've always said, she is the first Zambian female president that never was or should have been.
Mhm.
Back to Lufia.
Well,
Take it from there.
just like you've mentioned, um, we need to memorize her as one of the first fierce uh, female political um, leaders that this country has produced, and very vibrant, and very intelligent lady that we can crown and embellish, and at the same time give flowers to. Despite all the political differences, but we all know that she was a lady that had her heart for the Zambian people, and she was very, very, very um, instrumental in certain development issues, and as well as bringing up the female folk in this diverse economy. And just to top it off all, uh, believe it or not, Bakalinda, I don't know if I told you this story, but I actually met her once. Okay, so many many years ago, back home when I was still working, you know, um, with a certain marketing company, she was looking for certain individuals that are going to uplift like her sales team, and my name and my colleague Chris came up, and she got grab of those names because we're very aggressive when it comes to selling at that time. So all of a sudden I got a call from her, and she was like, "No, I want to meet you young men. Where are you?" It's like, "Oh no, actually we're in town, blah blah blah." And then we met, and then she gave us her address. She used to run this is just one of the places that we went actually. I think it was
Mhm.
some light industrial area. I can't even remember. It was so many years ago. A brewery company, yeah, Chubuku. So she was like, "No, I want to increase. I'm a sales, yeah, yeah, business." I even met her. I think that was the brother or cousin. I can't remember very well. And then we sat down, and then she was like, "I know. Can we strategize? How can boost these sales?" And with us at that time, we were very very much connected in the informal market sector in terms of Mukombon.
Mhm.
We were there. That's where our business was, and that's where we're driving our marketing campaign, and it worked very well for us. And the company, they said like, "Look, this is working out for us. It's working out for us." You can imagine like we used to. let me give an example. One of the just one product that we used to market or sell.
Mm-hmm.
This was tureza twa gireti tu.
Mm-hmm.
Tureza twa gireti tu. Were one of the first people to introduce this in Makombon.
Mm-hmm.
We're one of the first team, and we used to. They gave us a car, they gave us money, everything. We would go in deep, diori. Eh? Twafika
Mm-hmm.
kuna ngalikucha wa ma. I don't know which combo I've never been. Baule ni konsinga twafika mbaule ni mule they knew us. My guys were Gillette. And we used to give out promotion materials, we used to give them t-shirts to saute and stuff like that. And we were
Right.
telling them like, look, uh, all people knew was Topaz at that time.
Right.
And then we were telling them that, look, why don't you have this product called Gillette? The saloons, they will own it. Everybody, they will own it. They were like, so to cut the long story short, she called us and then we met with her. And then, she said, like you, I like your energy, you guys, with my good friend Chris. We can you help me, rebrand this company? Uh, we started talking and then it didn't even develop. After that, I don't know what happened anyway, but it didn't go any further. But we met with her. She was a very nice lady. She was like, oh no, I like to work with young people and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, yeah, fine, no problem. As we're here,
Yeah.
that's how it is. So that's how I remember her. Very nice lady. Even drove to our house. Actually, she like follow us. We drove to our house and in Olympia. You know, I was there, like and a very nice lady, welcoming lady actually. Very sad that she's no more, but we can remember her for being one of those pioneers in the industry for female. For Muira Nakashi, I think it should be top of your agenda to say like she was one of those people that actually opened doors for female. If there wasn't any first ever female um, minister in terms of finance, then people should actually go there and say, look, yes, we can also do it. Like there can be a next, Edith Nawaki. May her soul rest in peace.
Great. Basimukonda,
Yes, yes.
we are remembering Madam Edith Nawakwi. What comes to your mind when her name is mentioned?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, especially as Zambia, we lost a politician, we lost a former finance minister. I think she did a lot. She worked for Mother Zambia. So it's a big loss, especially to us Zambians. And also looking at, she was very vibrant as a woman, as a opposition political leader, especially when it comes to give checks and balances. Yeah, I think we need more women's like her. It's a big loss, and really, it was sad. Yeah.
Right. We're joined here by Mr. Bennett Mweseka. Welcome to the podcast, sir. Tell us where you're joining us from, and we'll put you on the spotlight. We are remembering the late Edith Mwanawakwi. Did I say Mwanawakwi? I'm so sorry. Nawakwi. My apologies. I was looking at something else. So, Mr. Mweseka, please join us and let us remember Madam Nawakwi.
Oh, good morning, good evening. I'm calling from London, UK. I just got a link. I was just listening, so I'm just shocked that I'm part of the program. I was
Oh,
just,
yeah. That's how we like it. We like to get
oh,
raw. a raw perspective from Zambians across the world.
Welcome. You will welcome. Yeah, your views are very much appreciated. Whatever you can, contribute on that matter or any other matter, that's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My views is Mrs. Nawaki is somebody I can describe as a woman of valor. When we look at her history, just from the when she started her politics way back when she was in university, and the things she's been using, she's been involved in transforming the political trajectory in Zambia. Everybody knows her, that she was quite very politically astute and intelligent. And if you look at what she has done in the Ministry of Energy and when she was finance minister, you could see that this woman was really somebody who was very intelligent and really had solutions for some of their problems. So it's kind of mixed that, she came to the prominence, especially after the third term of Chiluba's debacle. That's when she really went to the fore. That's when people realized how selfless she was, that she could jeopardize her ministerial position to stand up for what is right. But as Zambians, to me, that's when I really learned a lesson that as Zambians, we should give our allegiance to the Constitution and the country before any self-serving or any financial gains or reputation to be a minister. But she put that on the line and stood up for that. She wasn't happy with the third term. But her political life is a bit mixed. After that, then current, what we can say, she was a political powerhouse. Thank you very much.
Great, great. I love each one of you's perspective. Actually, I wanted to bring in my own, but we are joined by Mr. Sevia Mlenga. Mr. Mlenga, where are you joining us from? And we are just remembering our former, finance minister, the first female as such, Edith Nawakwi. Your thoughts, just give us your own opinion about her. What do you have to say about Madam Nawakwi? Mr. Mlenga?
I feel that she actually contributed positively to the political landscape of the country. And I just feel that we still need more women participation in the political arena. She was actually really an inspiring person. Yes.
Great. And where are you joining us from today, if I may ask?
From the Falls, Livingston.
Oh, that's my that's
Living.
also one of my towns. That's my hometown. I was
Kuliving.
raised there actually. Oh, I love Livingston.
Which part of Livingston are you?
Oh, me, I'm a Jololo girl. David Livingston Teacher Training College. My dad was a lecturer there, so anyway.
Bernard, which part of Livingston are you? If you can answer that,
I
is it that?
said Livingston. I did answer. Anyway, let me
Did you
bring
say
in
Bernard? Hello?
Yeah, let me just bring in my own perspective of Miss Nawakwi. As somebody who covered her extensively, as finance minister, and then she moved on to FDD. But for me, what was we had personal interactions over the years until I left the country. We're back in 2020. Well, when did I leave Zambia? 2020? No, 2002. If my memory serves me right. So I was with them during the third time, protest against the then president, FTJ. She, together with Lieutenant Tembo and the others, they ran a very organized protest against the incumbent at the time. She was a marvel to watch. She was, you'd look at her and say, yes, if only we had 10 of these, Zambia would be a better place. I will not comment what happened to her after I left, because it's like I think I've said on this podcast before, her and the then tourism minister, who was she now? Katere Kalumba. They are two different people. The ones that I knew before I left and the ones that I read about, or I used to read about in the media, are two different people, because I don't seem to reconcile. But I don't want to go there. So I'm just going to focus on the good things. She was absolutely a motivator. She was inspiring. She gave out good vibes. She didn't see who. All she wanted are people that, would take Zambia to the next the next threshold. And it's a loss to the country. You know, it's times like this that you wonder, like, who is going to fill her shoes. If you look at the current female folk in the country, who will take up that challenge to go out there and fight for what you believe in, no matter what, regardless the consequences or how you are seen and labeled by people out there. So it's a bitter pill to swallow. And yeah, watching her kids, I mean, that young lady Nambozi, I held that baby when I think she was about 2 months old, and I remember her telling her, "Why did from now onward just call me Vana Nambozi?" So, and I used to have difficulties pronouncing that name, but she got me straightened out right away. So yeah, so I'll leave it there. How about we bring in the lady of substance that has just joined us? Lady Sarah, we're here remembering Banawakwi. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Come in, please.
What are you talking about?
But Edith Nawakwi. What to remember of her?
Oh, okay. Oh, first of all, I just want to say that condolences to the family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so sad. She died very young. She's one of our, like I used to admire her before she became different. But may her soul rest in peace. That's what I can say for now. And the only thing that is really like not going very well with me is the way the opposition is talking about our president. The way the opposition is talking about the UPND. I saw a video where a woman was screaming, "Where UPND? Where UPND?" There was nobody fighting. I couldn't see anybody who was being, fought. I couldn't see anybody who was but she was busy. Where UPND? I'm like, hey, what kind of behavior is this? Huh? Then that Mubanda, the lawyer to the late, he stood up talking, blah, 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 the government, blah. Come on. The family to the late, they said actually she wanted to talk to the president. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Nani kani ba opposition imwe. Mukanwa ba Emmanuel Mwamba. Mukanwa mukalekalisa ilo ba Emmanuel Mwamba. Tamwato ba nefe ba nani kani ba FTJ bafui. Now you are busy talking about things like blah blah blah. I did. Let's mourn our sister, our woman of valor, you know, when she was finance minister. I'm one of the people that used to admire her. Like, this lady can be a finance minister in Zambia. And today she's gone. You want to bring, you know, fracas everywhere. You want to use her death to demonize the president and the party. Itafia wombe. Do you know the genesis of the death of Nsamasama, the death of Joseph Kaunda? Do you know where it started from? For you people who are busy talking about blah, blah, blah. But the family, what did the family say? Thank you. That's what I can say. May I so rest in peace. It's so sad that you get to die at that young age.
Oh, great, Lady Sarah. I mean, the opposition politicians will always want to, jump into anything just to put their, their name up there. They're trying to earn a vote. So if as UPND you go that route, you are seen as demonic and evil. So I think somebody has to be, like they say here, you have to rise above the shore, right? Be above the nonsense, because we can't all be politicizing at funerals. I mean, like you said, I mean, the kids had something else to say. I mean, I was sad to see a 100-year-old father there, quite honestly. I mean, as a parent myself, I mean, to be burying your own kid, ugh, must have been tough. I feel for the old man, and unfortunately, the Zambia that we have now, we are so polarized, even at funerals. I mean, I don't know where our traditions and morals have gone in the country, where we just, want to, grab a few votes here and there, just taking advantage of people's misery and sorrow. Who is that cackling? Because you're trying your new things. It's cackling behind.
Not
I can
me.
hear
Not
some
not me.
cackling.
Definitely not me.
Oh, somebody's eating. Who is?
And
Tell us what to the back to band cover ITT from Livingston.
yeah,
Anyway,
I,
anyway, let's see if somebody has anything else to say. Shall we move on?
yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's be on the money today. All right, and okay, let's go with that young man from Petauke. No, no. She's not from Petauke. Where is he from? What's his name again? Mania Zulu.
Lumezi is from Lumezi. Lumezi.
Lumensi. There you go, Rasimukonde. Let's talk about
Munia.
that young man. So let's start with him. Is it 2 years, 3 years ago, coming on the public forum and announcing that our current finance minister, Mr. Stumbekwa, or Dr. Stumbekwa, was given some hash money worth about $250,000. To sign off a certain deal, and also no, it's not even a certain. It's the contraction. The construction of the Lusaka Copper Belt Highway. What are they calling it?
Dual carriageway.
Yeah, the dual carriageway. So he accused them that him and the roads and whatever minister, Mr. Charles, that they got this hash money to give that concession to the Chinese firm that actually won it. So they sued him, They wanted millions for defamation, and Mania went to court. He was grilled, and then in court he ended up saying, no, actually, about Shimba Kambwini gave him wrong information. That was his.
Did he actually say that?
Yes, he said he went on air to broadcast whatever he said. He was banking on Shimba Kambwini giving him the facts, but he spoke before he got the facts. That was his defense in court, and we saw last week the judge sending him to Basera's favorite word on this podcast. Bali mundende ule. Badani aba. Bamunia zuri bali mundende. For, speaking before he had his facts. And people sued him. Gentlemen, is this how we are going to do our politics in the land of work and joy? Let's start with Mr. Mweseka, with that one. Just because, before we go to Basimu Konda. Is that how we're going to do our politics? And now you're finding yourself you're in a 5x5, and you're going to accuse the government of the day. Your take, Mr. Mweseka.
I think I'll pass that question because I'm a little bit tied in this political discussion. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right, we move on. Mr. Simukonda. Your take on your cousin.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, actually, that is not the way you're supposed to be doing politics. Yeah, I think when we say when I decide I want to be a member of parliament, first of all, I have to know what am I going to offer. It's the people who's taking me to present for them, not going there like for jokes. I think I've been following him, especially when he's debating in parliament. Yeah, sometimes you can say it's really, this is the way it's supposed to be, especially as young readers. I think for him, with this one, it was a first term when it comes as a member of parliament. I think people used him. Yeah, at the end now, it's ended up for him to go to jail. And then today, I think also I was watching a video where I think Mao Sampa, like he was talking with, he should be a Nigerian member of parliament. And also he mentioned to say he made a mistake. You can't say that outside parliament. If he wanted, was he supposed to say in the parliament area, there he had immunity, but he went and said outside. So it's like the way he was doing politics, he was like fighting with the government. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. We have to be very strategic, very focused. What are you going to talk about? Whatever you're saying, if he really had the evidence, he was supposed to go to court, not to say it to the public, so that he go and present that evidence to court. So now, then after he said that, the two ministers went to court. Let's produce that evidence that you have. At the end now, he failed, and they say he was banking on Honorable Kamwiri. Later on, Kamwiri had no evidence. Then what is next? So they used him. So that's not the way we're supposed to do politics. Let's find out what are we supposed to, what should I do in this area so that I improve the life standard of the Rumes. But what he was doing, that was on many occasions, it was like fighting with the government. You can't fight with the government. I think that is what I can say.
Great. Lady Sarah, your best friend is Mundente.
Yeah. You know what? Who you Nadi kada yumoicho yati dadi. Munia. Ishinaladio yakuna nkurasha. Uyati munia something. Uyumwaicho. This is where we say now, right? Ala mone if you're in Coco, taipupukila, but yet quite my wings. He's going to see why the chicken does not fly, but it has wings. Azamuziva yes. Number one. Lesa kupela kufio lusewa ba MP. Muwaicho wobe. Wala konkeresha bako te. Aba kwataka le nefyuma, balibika kale wino, shani, you know. Even if something happened to them, they cannot suffer. Balishama bones, kuno. Iwe, mwaicho wobe, akulanga you can have a million kwacha by becoming an MP. You cannot just humble yourself. Because whatever munia valia, unless bali sungapo 1 year, number one, MP abali kunganda tabeshi befya kushibonfya. They'll be going for Hungry Lion. What?
No,
Number two.
He's from a rich family, remember?
Oh, friend, my sister. Number two, people won't look at him the way they used to look at him before he went there. For him to become again MP, Mandela baikala 27 years, kusaba president. Fyakale, fyalipite fintu achikano wapita mumuni bushani mu prisonero wasaba president. Fyakale fiti. So bamunia bayona wila fe life. You will never be unless he does something different. Otherwise, becoming MP atepwala lila nangu something akala win. Number one, people should be thinking of their families first. Even if you have your constituency. Like the other speakers said, you should know what are you going to do for the people that voted for you. You should pay attention to that. You should know if you're fanala funya mukanwa, what relationship fikwete kuri abantu bona abamvotere na family yani.
Right.
That's why me, I'm very careful. Even when I mention something, I want to know if it's true what I'm talking about. Number bambi butukana muchalo balia bale ipiga fyakulya somewhere balenda I was so nice dikatuishuko na yena uja jeje ichwe yalipwa onaka nsodo munshi bakupere Sodoma na Gomora bakupere ya musango shani twebe gufi, you know. So umwe ichoyu ailetere la fe apwisha, you know, vulnerable. It's very sad. It's very sad. I think all the family members, that's why mukasharedi nikapa yapa coach paria. Number one, takula mona balume. Number two, filefa baleshta amatroli 5-10 ya ambo kuchepa. Elo mpia shita kwa value every year ngata wishi wefia kuchipanga. Because mpia ufile ule panga every day, every month, every week for you to go on. Number one ya mchifungo, ile salary ya kuliba MP yapwa. Shikapwa. Pakuti akafike 40 years, akafike 50 years, yetu fikire po ifwe. What is he going to do? Akanwafe kobeshua kupuisha life here if you win nice ulepoka na graduate. You can't think. Imumweba na ba no. Bampundu na bali busy babinwe wako. Busy bo. I can die for the country. Which country are you dying for? Come on.
Yeah, but Munia says he's from a rich family. That's Zufia. You dive in on this Munia Zulu's sentence, and let's also remember that I think this week that he's supposed to be sentenced in another case of him just grabbing things that he's not supposed to. There's that case coming up for a sentence, I think, this week. So it might not even be a year. It might be longer if they're like Lady Sarah says. Come in, Bachilufia.
I don't know about that case, but what I can simply state or talk about when it comes to Munia Zulu.
Bachilufia, can you come closer to your mic?
Well, I don't know. What I can talk about is this. But Munia Zulu, actually, you know, the young gentleman. he has presented himself to be a luminez, the people trusted him. People trusted Munia Zulu. But what happened? He fell in the handbook of the PF. And the handbook of the PF is to destabilize the current government. Now, if you're not very smart, you're going to fall in that trap. Okay? So those are the people that one of the few individuals. I think it should be a lift, and it should be a learning lesson from all these other opponents or independents and everybody else. Do not take the PF route, because I tell you, you're gonna end up in a situation where Munia Zulu, like you're saying, he comes from a rich family. Okay, but how does that help him? How does the rest of the world or the rest of the Zambian people or Abantu Akulumezi, connect with that? Him and his lawyers have to find out a way in which he cannot save 12 years with hard labor. That's what he's been sentenced to.
Mm-hmm.
12 years and hard labor. And looking at Vamunia, whatever go at my paperweight, but my guy hard labor. Are you going to show? Are you going to hard labor? Are you sure? Do you know what hard labor is in prison? Just being in prison alone in Zambia is hard labor. What if they put hard labor on your charge? Okay, so to just for the sake of following individuals and following Abantu just for the sake of it. No. Let's work according to what we're supposed to be doing. In the constitution, there's so much undeveloped. Concentrate on development. Yeah? We don't have this, we don't have that. But you are busy on the TV just attacking the current government. And then when they tell you, like, look, we have not used this amount of CDF money, you'll be like, oh no, because they are trying to go against the current government. Anyway, what I can say is Bamunia Fiaku and man up and go and save that sentence like a man, because you knew what you were doing. And I hope the people that were gassing you will be able to come and visit you. Thank you.
Oh, great. Wow, that was quick. Shall we move to the next topic? Today I fast because they are all right. I think like we should check this one on. You know more about it. What's happening about Rwanda not having any development? We have all this CDF coming in and everything. I don't get that.
Oh, okay. So, with the issue of
and who is the MP, if I may ask?
So we're looking at a large constituency, which is Ron and Rwansha.
Who is the MP?
Ron, I think there's that individual that Chimbakambwili put. I forget his name anyway, but because Ron was Chimbakambwili's bedroom for a very long time, if you remember, and then he actually gave it to one individual. I think I forget his name anyway. So that's how
I'll find him. Just keep talking.
Yeah. So that's how that people don't even know who he is, because he hasn't been effective in the community. Okay, and look, the government was saying, like, look, they put them to task to say 14. Okay, if you look at the report that was there on the commission, 14 approved, okay, government CDF projects, but none have been implemented. Now, erotapa soswa, okay, erotapa soswa. What are we looking at? Because you have a minister, you have an MP that is sitting comfortably. My council workers, everybody, they are there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing happening in a community.
Mm.
In Darama, they're sitting on that money. And I think that's a big, there should be a big question mark, actually. Why are they sitting on that money? Are they reinvesting in other projects, or are they keeping that money so that you get interest for a year so that they can share among themselves? Okay, so these are the issues that we need to question ourselves and say, why can in Darabo Poshiri projects have been approved, but nothing is happening? The whole entire council executive system should be fired, and people should resign on moral grounds, because you're not doing the service to your own abantu. Look, abantu baledanda tatukwete emisebo, tatukwete efi indala muposhiri, but you just sit quiet mule batamba vya abantu. What are you doing? Mr. Sabotage. You don't want to work with the government of the day. If you their aim is bad, they don't want to work with the current government. When the current government has already provided all these things, Indaramoposhi, but move forward. Okay? Move forward. Earlier, akamipanika because abantu mwina Zambia, Kuroni na Kurwanshi, they want to see development. Mwe bantu muleba chinga. Chinchi muleba chingira. Okay? So these are the issues about this. I don't know. I want to, on this panel, who can actually, elevate this issue more. Thank you.
All right. I mean, before people come in, and let me just, I found the member of parliament for Luancha. His name is Simbao Lusale, or Lusalo Simbao. And he addresses this on his page. He says our first criticism for the alleged inactivity regarding the Constituency Development Fund in 2023. However, my stance has always been centered on ensuring quality and timely project implementation. Delays are a result of my rigorous pursuit of excellence, and I work tirelessly to encourage councils to produce accurate and credible work. So there you have it. So he's claiming that it's only 2023, and he wants timely and systematic projects. So he doesn't understand why people are complaining, so to speak. But Lady Sarah, do you want to chime in on that one? She's having a cup of tea. What
did the MP say?
He says the delays is only for 2023. Number one. And then he stands has always been centered on ensuring quality and timely projects
Okay.
implementation. Delays are often a result of my rigorous pursuit of excellence, and I work tirelessly to encourage councils to produce accurate and credible work.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't
So
explain
he's throwing
anything
it
anyway.
back to the CDF process being slow, I guess, if you look at it. And probably people in the councils sitting on his projects, and it's only for 2023.
Well, here's the thing. Look, why did that? If it reaches at this stage, okay, where a commission is now asking these individuals, then it has what has been happening in the last years? What have you done? Okay, as an MP, as a councillor, what have you done yourself individually? Because if you say, look, I've come up and said, look, people you know, uh, are not avoiding or are not, providing or giving me the opportunity to implement these issues because A, B, C, D. Where have you written that report? That's gonna save you at least. You can say, okay, so, and then Vanchinga, and this is the report. Where are the written documents? Okay, you need to write these things because you're not working for yourself. You're representing the whole country, and you're representing the people of Ron and Wash. So we want to acknowledge we need to establish and be more professional when it comes to these issues.
Yeah, I mean, I have issues with this CDF actually. Personally, you know why I'm saying so? Because, I mean, I look at the quality of these projects. I mean, I don't, wherever they are, I mean, we are in 2025. Why am I looking at buildings that seems to be costing a lot of money, but they look like they were built in 2050? I mean, 1940 or 1920.
Mm, mm,
Is it just me, or maybe my eyes, or there's something wrong with my brain?
mm,
Like if I mean, they're building all this. Okay, we built 3 block
mm,
classrooms. Why get not even a ceiling board? Nothing.
mm.
Shouldn't I mean? In the era that we are in, shouldn't we be building? If you are building like a classroom block or a block, shouldn't we constructing those blocks to stand the test of times in terms of the environment? Shouldn't we be doing that?
Of
Why
course,
are
of course.
we building structures from 19th century? Why? I mean, even bridges themselves, shouldn't we be modernizing them? Why are we building bridges from 1930s, 1920s, 1900s in the 21st century
Mm.
when we have all these environmental calamities like storms and floods and shouldn't we building those kind of structures? What's going on,
That,
Patricia? I mean, I have
that's a good
issues.
question.
I have issues. I mean, I look at all these, pictures that MPs putting up on these pages. It doesn't make sense to me. It does not. If you're showing me this kind of small building structure, it cost 1.5 million. Why does it look like it was built in 1900? Basimo Konda, come in on this one. Whether in Zambia, maybe you explain it better because I don't understand it.
Okay,
I
okay.
know you
Thank
have
you. Thank.
said, I know a lot of people have said CDF is a game changer. I have issues. Help me understand.
Yeah. First of all, maybe I think I'm having a challenge with the network. Maybe first of all, so I want to comment on the issues of council,
Uh-huh.
especially yes for Lon and Luansha councils. These two.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think Zambians, we can do better. We can do better. And I think sometimes you have to be serious of what we are doing. Yeah, actually, I do follow those committees, parliament. I think I think 99% all the councils they are not doing fine. For example, like for Luansha, they approved, I think for loan they approved 14, done
14, yeah,
nothing
14.
in,
14 projects, yes.
yes, approved 14, done nothing,
Nothing.
in progress nothing. For Luansha, I think it was 8, approved 8, done 0, in progress 0. But people used to go for work every day. Doing what? And knocking off. Doing what? And then that money which was approved went where?
Mm-hmm.
I think these are the questions that we have to start asking ourselves. That money went where?
Wait.
And the people, they used to go there. So now, when it comes to supervision within council, what is happening? It's not only Rwanda, but almost I do listen, I think, in most of the councils, it's the same story.
Mm.
And people are getting paid at the end of the month. I think you have to change what we are doing. We can do better. That's why I think when you say when it comes to projects they build, but the building is looking like it's 1924, is because of this same attitude. What we are doing.
Mm.
One, as Zambians, were not responsible. No one will come and build this Zambia apart from us Zambians.
Mm.
So if you are doing that, are we expecting any development?
Mm.
Councils, they can generate a lot of money, and there's a lot of things that a council can do and generate income. But they just go there and sit and start starting in offices.
Mm.
At the end of the month, they get paid. Sometimes I don't know, we need to have ministers who just visit.
Mm.
Why that I'm coming, then we're going to see how these people they work in these offices. Me, sometimes I do go and they see how these people are working, then we see the working culture. They're just chatting. 16 hours, they even get the bags and they go. That's what the president was saying. It's not about going for work and knocking off at 17 hours that have worked. No. What have you done? I really, this council, they are doing evaluations. Because if they're able to do evaluations today, okay, in quarter one, what have you approved? How far have we gone? Okay, we have reached this, but they're going to present to Parliament, approved 14, done nothing. Very comfortable.
Mm. Mm.
Very comfortable.
Because that's been the 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 culture. And if you look at the past governments, most people have been allowed to act that way or behave that way. When our government was saying, like, look, you need to step up, and you need to be responsible what you're doing, because you cannot just wake up in the morning. You have a constituency to look after, and then you have that laissez-faire kind of attitude. You don't even care.
Exactly.
You don't care, okay, for the community that you're representing. I think that should be uh, you know, you should resign on moral grounds. Resign on moral grounds. Let other people that actually are willing to work for the company or for the government, okay? Because clearly you're not interested in it. The council workers, everybody from top to bottom, they don't care. As long as they just sit there, they get a salary, they go home, that's it to them. They're not thinking of, oh, Can we provide this infrastructure in this community? Can we improve how people are living in our communities? They're not even thinking of that. They're pretty much occupied on which land am I going to sell? That's how it is. We all know how council system works. Like we're working for the last. We all know council has been one of the most less productive in terms of producing results, but whatever land and all that stuff, corruption is the most corrupt institution. Etwakata Mozambique ni kukansu. That's why I'm having all these problems of land issues. It's because through the council, we need to go and clean up that department and put people that are really going to be interested in developing our country and doing the right thing. So kukanso kuliabwe bantu akwalesa. No. But we all know deep down, there's no, but it's not a hidden secret. We all know that kukanso kwalibama issues kulia when it comes to corruption. And maybe we can blame it in the fact that, because Fulasan, but now people are being paid on time. Okay? So there's no reason for you to continue your trajectory of involving yourself in corruption. Long time ago, Tamwale Fola, yes, we know that. Okay? Due to, we're not going to mention governments that were very defunct and were very, very, very not supporting you. But you have a government that is saying, like, look, what will pay you on time? Can you just do your job? Chapa. Just do your job. Just do your job. Wakalinda.
It still doesn't answer my question.
What was
Why
the
we are
question?
having buildings from 2019 Sengera chapter on $100 million budget.
So on that issue, I think I mentioned it on the other last time we were discussing these issues. I gave an example of Italy. Italy is one of the Italy has been hit with a lot of earthquakes. But if you look at the infrastructure that's in Italy, they stand the test of time. And this is what happened. This is where we're all coming from. Like we say, look, the people of Italy gathered themselves and said, look, can we come up and build our own city?
Mm-hmm.
It was all about the people of Italy to come up and have that that motivation to say, I think we can do this on our own. That's the motivation that we need right now in Zambia. If we're going to change, I can give you an example. Lumumba Road area. Okay? Lumumba Road. Half of the business communities are Indians. If Indian Zambians, anyway. If the president constitute or say, people that are largely, in this business, can we sit down and see how we can rebuild the city? Facelift. Because there's no way building it's the same building even today. Anyway, that's not development. Even you individuals that are our brothers and sisters that are in this business in Zambia, you can obviously think to yourself to say, why when you make that money, you go to Dubai but you are living your own same building that you've had since your grandfather. Because these the way they've been building these things, they start from an individual, the grandfather, the father. It's historical, you know, and it's the same thing, years and years and years and years, no improvement. I think the president, they need to call up on the leaders in the Indian community to say, can we sit down and see how we can improve our business setting, either Kulumumba, Chachacha, even in Kamwala area, instead of that building or that the business. Okay, business here, we've allowed you to do the business, but look, can we improve in the structural integrity of these businesses? They've never changed since 19 ependefik one. Tafya change.
It's cray cray. I mean, I look at those buildings. I mean, not just bridges. It's something. I mean, it's and then I mean the figures that are attached to this. Oh my God. Ah, I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's just so
Yeah,
disappointing.
yes, it's very, very disappointing. I think, yeah. So now, on that question that you asked me when it comes to the building that they are doing, it's not up to the up to date, up to like the first centuries. You find that it's the old building. I'll give you I'll give you this example. I think there's a road which is it's done now, which is the Luansha Masangano Road.
Hmm.
That road, it was done during Rupiah Banda's time, and it was done during toward elections,
Hmm.
and it was substandard. I think it lasted about 6 months. There was potholes all over.
Mm.
Now the UPND government came. Now they are doing it's done now. So first of all, I'll start with us Zambians. The member says umwana ashenda atasha ninokunaya. We have to start um, holding this, especially MPs, councillors everywhere accountable of what they are doing. First of all, we have to know what we want and start
Right.
questioning them. Why have you done this? They are doing it just to please us. They are doing substandard things just to please people so that they can be elected next time. So they are in hurry to praise people. The moment us when we see whether it's substandard, we start praising. Yes, they've done this. It's done this. This one is working, but it's substandard. Two corruptions. Someone will come, a contractor. What you want to get something from there. Then you say, okay, let's do this. This is costing this. No, let's do this. You get this, I'll get this. Okay, do it. As long as the people they've seen that have done it. But as we don't know our value as Zambians, the moment we know our values, we're going to know what we want. And when someone comes and makes something which is substandard, we're going to question to say, no, this one, no. Next time, no one was going to do that. But we don't know what we want. We just please whatever comes, we please, yes, yes, yes. This is what we want. 2 months, 3 months, damaged, then you go back again, you start now wasting taxpayers' money to do the same thing, because that road it was done, I think should be what's this Rupiah Banda's time. But again now the government went to start working on it. We are just wasting money. That money could have developed another road which is not existing, but we have gone back to another same road. I think that is what I can say.
Yeah, I mean, just people that are getting into office. I mean, these are things that they know. It's not like something new. So, um, anyway, let me not have blood pressure. Just thinking about those buildings just boils my blood. You know. So now they built this stuff, and then next year you hear, no, this which was just built recently. It had their rooftop was blown off. As if we don't know all these. You know, when people are building, shouldn't we be taking account of environmental conditions? You know, because you can't just build. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Because that Dwali them more, Dwali them more. Yeah.
this issue of buildings and stuff like that is something that with in fact the engineers and all these architects, people that go to university every year to study, it should be a challenge to them. Really, it should be a challenge to them because look, uh, they can say every year, kulabama flood ku Kanyama. Can we change the design of the homes there? Okay, instead of people, say I'm a flood. People are told to leave. No, 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 no. Why don't we design them in a way in which they're high elevated, so that even if a flood comes, people are still able to live in their homes. That's going to save the government a lot of money. It's going to save the displacement issue. It's going to solve all these other issues. You just tell the people, because if you remember, New Orleans, when that flood came,
Mhm.
they said, what am a flood? Leonce, can we restructure how we build our buildings or how we do They say, okay, fine, let's start making them at a high. Nga mwatampo kupanga building lero ga waya ku New Orleans watampo kupanga nani kali nganda ofu kupanga inganda
Mhm.
balakwe but even ngirige abapa mulu so at this height, so in case kwa isa nani kani a next flooding or kwa isa nani, your home would be destroyed.
Right.
Okay, so same thing na kuna kani ku compound kunani kani it doesn't it's not even really complicated. It's not that complicated, So all they need to do is just say, okay, when through tampo kuimya kwa mayanda yale ba mulu, okay, and then at the same time, while you're figuring out the drainage issues, so that's where all these engineers and all these people that are going to university finish university if you're not going to provide all these solutions for the country. Finish university kanji.
People want a quick back.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even think that um, that all these projects that are being championed by CDA, there's an engineer attached to them. I don't think so, because if they were, I don't think we should be seeing those substandard structures across the country. I think the only building that I saw was built with environmental conditions in mind. There was one. Was that a school? I think it's a school recently in it's double story. Was that in Kasiwa? Oh, but Kafua or Kabwe, somewhere there. I mean, that school, it's double story. It looks, somebody, took time to think about it, and they may have. I mean, I didn't see the inside. I saw the outside. The outside was looking very attractive, and it looked like maybe they took environmental concerns to factor in that building. Anything else that I've seen so far? Mm-mm. No, no, man, no, sir. As people here would say, no, man, no, sir. It doesn't meet the.
Is it that we don't have engineers, or because
I think you remember Simkonda. You can't remember. I mean, someone. What you are? Mama, what background? Just from London. Maybe you might. You should enlighten us. Where our background? If we talk
yeah,
about
I think
background, if most times if we say something at we went to our background. If we go for our background, if it's why it's into. So teach us. Where and come some
yeah, I don't know if we really we have engineers, because when it comes for the land allocations and building, I think there are process that's supposed to go approve. The engineers, they have to go and check the soil. They have to do all those things, but I don't know what's really where we go wrong. And also we have planners. For example, like these areas, especially where we're having floods, especially in Lusaka, those areas, I don't know how the lands was allocated. And when you're allocating land, looking at that area, you have to know this is a swamp area. So the house supposed to be like this, the drainage supposed to be like this, and where this drainage will be taking water, it will be taking water this way. But you find that, first of all, I'll start with ourselves. As I'm saying, this problem to be sorted out, first of all, you have to start with ourselves. Two, the council. I don't know. You find that drainage is there, but it's blocked. There are a lot of plastic containers there. Who throws those plastic there? It's us. Do we realize that the effect of this, the same now they will going to do it to block the drainage? Then at the end, we start now doing what? Complaining. Council, they are not providing where to throw those litters. I think the other day when I was walking, I saw someone just after finishing drinking water, just throw the container, just like that. Are we really responsible? So you have to start with us, ourselves as Zambians. Councils should come in and provide where we're supposed to throw these containers. Segregation of the waste. This should go there. But you find there's no bin. You can walk from one end to another end. There's no bin.
Mm-hmm.
There's no bin.
Mm-hmm.
Someone will just eat whatever is banana, throw it. Then we
Yeah.
start complaining, cholera, what? Government start wasting what? Man again.
Mm.
So now we have drainages. Drainages are taking water where? Where that water is going? You don't know. Need to have dams where that water will be going. To be going in this way, but you find that someone is built a shop on top of a drainage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we have problems. The houses they are arranged the way it's supposed. There's no proper road where someone we find there's a house here like this, there. They are just scattered. So even if to come up with a drainage, we don't know. So planners, council, they have planners. They are supposed to plan a town. A town will be like this. The road will pass here. The pole lines for this will pass here. The drainage will pass here. But there's nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But people, they are there. That's what I'm saying. They are just sitting, chatting there. They are contributing to these problems.
So maybe we need to fire them then. They don't need to be
So
in those
if someone is
offices.
not working, it's to fire. How can you keep someone who's not working? Someone went to school, come back working, but was doing the job. So that's why people now they end up to build the house where the way they feel like, because they don't know how it's supposed to be. Someone will be, as long as it's a land, you will build. Someone will build there. But you have councils to go and check. This house supposed to be like this. This one, the road will pass here. But there's nothing like that.
Wow. Oh, well, I'll tell you the cleanest town in Zambia right now, which seems to be doing well with food planning. And I'm not saying this because I'm biased. I'm from there. Livingston is well planned, very well planned. I
Imwe
would.
vakalinda naime.
Let me just put it out there. I mean, I'll tell you that it's planned, very well planned. Mwana mfaka ku Livingston akwaisa korera.
No, but here's the thing. Let's
No,
be
no, no,
let's
no,
be
no, no, no. Have you ever heard of Koya in Livingston? All
no,
these years.
yeah, it's been there. But okay,
Where?
like
Show,
any.
show me the data about Koya in Livingston. Show me the data.
Yeah, okay. So, Vakalinda, Livingstone is a small town.
Oh, when you were there, you haven't been there lately, have
No,
you?
no. I can tell you one thing. Even if I'm not there, immediately you.
Mwero kwalo mwale bako nani, but
Mwe
there
bantu
are only
bakwalesa.
50,000 people. There are
Okay,
500,000 people now. Telling you.
okay, okay. So if today I drive into Livingstone, is it the same entrance, same the road? Okay, because that's how Livingstone is. Immediately you walk in, everybody will know that, oh, there's somebody new has come. Okay, it's not like a big city like Lusaka where even if you walk into Lusaka or drive into Lusaka, nobody will know you. But if you coming to Livingstone, you don't need. There's just one road. No, there's just one. Unless Bali panga ili baba road ndio shishiyo.
Actually, say
Unless
that again.
unless Bali panga ma road ndio shishiyo. But kwali yafe road
Yeah.
nga mwangira afe mu Livingstone ni one road mwangira.
Yo.
Okay, but that aside, Vakalinda, that aside, we as a country, in fact, mwashita we kuleta Livingstone because Livingstone is one of those big opportunities or to ingastana can capitalize on. I am an in fact, I think the president said something like this. They want to build a modern day stadium. Gavaka Pangefi modern day stadium for Livingstone. I'm telling you the truth. This is going to put Livingstone at the top.
How long has those pronouncements
No.
been going on?
Well,
In
that's
the
why we
last
need to talk
40
that's why
years,
we need
at
to talk
least, I
about
know
this thing.
that. They've always been wanting to build a modern stadium. It's never happened.
No, but look, it's been done in other areas. Copper Belt, they have Lusaka, everywhere it's been built. But let's consider Livingstone. But do you know why this is going to happen? Is because the president is aware that things like that, once that happens, do you know, people when they come to they say we're having an African Cup. Abantu baraikira mu Livingstone for days and days and days and days and days because they're coming for kutamba bola. Large opportunity for all our lodges, hotels, and everything. So that's going to take effect. So, in any case, that's a plus for us. That's a plus for us. So, Livingstone, but it can be a bigger town than what it is. To be honest, if you ask me. Because I've lived in Livingstone. I lived in Livingstone from.
Look at who has joined us.
But you never. What do it? So yeah. So I've lived in Livingstone before. I'm not just talking this from without. I'm not talking this from without. I've lived in Livingstone.
I know you're not talking from without. All I'm saying is, when you and Dad used to live there, Livingstone only had 50,000 people. But you go there now. Yeah? I was in Livingstone this past year. To say I was shocked is an understatement. That's what I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. It's an understatement. Remember that, what's that, 317 area?
Yeah, tuko 217 kule.
Yeah. You won't even recognize those buildings there, because right beyond my shops that used to be
I
there.
used to like pale ati funky monkey hapo twaya kusta pizza pale.
Right beyond there, my church, which is Livingston Central SDA Church. That's where I used to. When I was a believer, I'm still a believer, but I question things now. So we don't look at me the other way.
Jesus Christ.
I'm still a believer, but I question. Those days, my parents used to just take me every Saturday, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I could have been in bed reading a novel. Anyway, let's welcome the one and only, the man we've been waiting for, the enigma, our resident PS. Welcome back. Bachanda Kazia. Is it fishing?
I am
Are
here.
you fishing?
There's rain here. There's a lot of rain.
It's raining. Ni internet na mo yaba zamtel.
What?
Kwete internet yaba zamtel. Kulishani.
Ah, we. You speak English, you know, something. You know, good.
No, just wondering. Just wondering. And well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How have you been, my people?
I'll be honest. This week has been too fast for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I really just like the next minute I'm closing my eyes. The next minute I'm opening. It's Sunday. That's how my week has been. It's been cray, as we say over here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Have you been? Yimfula? And you are joining at as somebody who was PS, I was lamenting here with the others. Oh, yeah, I think his network. Now I got a zamte over Kaziali Canada. It's not raining your end. Pets? It's not raining over there.
No, it's not. It's not. His New Brunswick. Canada closer. That's why is the different times and zones and where they are. So weather yes. So no, it's not raining here.
All right. Well, let's continue. Let's talk about the government sourcing $250 million to finally complete the what is that? The Zambian Tanzania.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, there. He's back, the man.
Yes.
Yes.
So you were asking to say, as someone who's PS, what
yeah, who are right in front of these issues that we're talking about as PS. So for me, I brought up, we were talking about first of all, we're talking about the development of Russia, CDF project stalling and all. And then for me, I was crying out aloud about the state of the structures that this CDF money is building in Zambia. Why do they look like they are from 1900s instead of Vakazia? Okay, forget about Vakazia. Let's go back to where was I? The $250 million sourced by the Zambian government to complete the Zambian Tanzania electricity connector by 2026. Finally, some good news in the energy sector. So with that connector, we should be able to import cheap electricity from Tanzania. Yes, Bakazia.
So you were saying that there are some issues with the CDF and the absorption rates and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yes. The question specifically was the what was the question again?
But
I'm
Coron,
forgetting.
Coron, in está implementa
Why are
zone
the
and
projects
one.
being implemented? There's some standard structures that are costing millions, but when you look at those structures, they look like they are from 1900 or 1850. What's going on? We're in 2025.
Yeah, there is a bit of a challenge around the issue of CDF. CDF, people just received the money. And you know, the problem has been people receiving money and they have not been capacity built in terms of how to utilize maybe the contractors, what level of skill do they have? Are they in groups? Have you categorize them as level 1, level 2, and level 3 contractors? But mostly you find that in a number of money, yeah, money, because now you cannot, you can't. You know, the problem is that who is giving them the money for CDF and what procurement process are they following? Are they following the right procurement process but yet getting ramshackles or stuff like that? What is going on? And then, if there are examples, what examples are people learning from?
Yeah,
What
go ahead.
examples are people learning from? So it's a very nice thing. It requires a lot of information around it. I don't know what is going on. I have more questions than answers when I saw that.
Okay. You got more questions that but the thing is Vakazia, we need to sometimes come to the forefront and apologize to the people of Zambia, because ngadiwe bona ni minister or you're a leader and providing all these issues in terms of development projects in your community, you should resign. Just for more ground. No. I think I need to resign because I'm not able to provide this for my community. Okay? But looking at the Avena Mpundu or Bones Abashala, they just but if some of okay, when they should be in the forefront to capture or to use or maybe to utilize, better word, CDF in a manner it should be utilized for developmental projects. Why in the world would me, if I was a member of parliament, I live in my constituency, and I'm seeing there is no healthcare services in my community, but the money is there, sitting in the bank, and I'm ignoring it because I don't like one individual called HH. Okay? Why? What am I doing? Then you're not a service provider. You should resign for you say no. Let me just resign. Let other people come in.
Right, Lucia. I don't mean to catch your lips there. What's your resigning in Zambia?
What?
Who's resigning in Zambia?
Mm.
Is that a word that people are aware of or they know of?
I don't know, but
No,
like
yeah, it's just from Maryland. Those are things that happen here. Those are things that happen if those things happen every day. It's nothing new. Zambia, which minister is going to take a responsibility over the shoddy works that are being performed across the country? Because if it was here, all that money that is going into these constituencies, the back doesn't stop at the ministers. The back stops at the man on top, the man in charge, the president himself. If we want to go there,
yeah.
kunoko twaba.
You
because
know,
that's people's money,
mm,
that's taxpayers' money. That's you and everybody else who is paying tax, and all the countries that are actually, um, pulling some money into the Zambia's coffers.
but Kalinda, we're now at a, at a crossroad.
Hmm.
Where we are right now is a crossroad where we, as in fact, the leaders of Zambia, either in the opposition, either in the current government, need to come together and hold hands. Because if you look at the way the world is where we are in the world economy, we are fighting against a giant called the United States with a leader called Trump. Now, luckily, Zambia would not been hit with any tariffs, but our neighbors like South Africa has been hit. Okay, and the reason why South Africa has been hit is because there's one individual who put an ear or some words to President Trump to say South Africans, white people are being abused or are being neglected in South Africa. Okay? So that person, if you look at his history and where he's coming from, and people need to understand, like, look, if South Africa, which is one of the large, which is one of the in fact, South Africa is in the southern region sector, is considered to be a developed country in the southern region. Zambia, we are just on the blink, and we rely in a lot of goods. 90% of our goods come from South Africa. But for how long are we going to be doing all those things? We need to realize ourselves and say, look, can we start building more modern day industries so that we don't rely on our neighbors? So when it comes to production, when it comes to economy and all these other things, when are we going to move from developing to developed? And what steps are we going to take? And these are the issues that can all be addressed with a well-profound government, well-profiled leader. We don't need the Amanani Ama Jerabos to come and rule this country and put this country into a chokehold because you want to please them. No, no. I rest my case.
Yeah, maybe to come in.
Yes, come on in, Basukon.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's our constitution. I don't know. Why is it that those developmental agendas, it takes time to be approved? Because I was thinking in this way, and I don't know this MPs, because you have should be, is it 100 and I don't know if it's 125 constituencies where we have these MPs. I don't know each if
156.
yes 156 each MP to say during my tenure I want to do A B C D in my constituents, because if you start evaluating each and everyone, you find that they have done zero. For example, I'll say this. Yeah, today as we are complaining about the price of meal, it has gone. But look at the soil that we have in Zambia. Look at the water that we have in Zambia. If we say, let's say each constituency, we need to have a big farm to be producing. For example, we say if it's Livingstone constituency, Livingstone, this side you'll be producing maize. Then from maize, you have to be producing meal and feed. Then you go to another one. This side, it's tomato. Let's be making juice and this. This side is this. Then we start doing that. I don't know if you maybe as Zambian you can be at the same stage, but you find that these things it's not done. What will waste time in Zambia is to talk about something which is not making sense. Putting each other's down. No, this one is this one is this. We find that the whole country, the millers, we find they are only in Lusaka. Then they start taking meal to all parts of Zambia. Why can't each province have a milling company or each district so that we can have cheap meal? So all these things it's pointing on us. These members of parliament, when they go there, they don't present it. They are just there to make money. So they are failing us. The minister, we need to have a book. In this ministry, I think I have to achieve A, B, C, D during my tenure. By the time we say, okay, in quarter one, in the first year, we have to evaluate. What have you done, you as a minister? How far have you gone according to your plans? But just like this, someone will be there. No one to even to come and check for that person. It will be just everyone will be just coming, comes, goes, same stories, nothing. That's why you find that you are going to get tomato sauce from South Africa, cornflakes from South Africa. But why? But we have this. We're talking about Zambia. We have a fertile land. We have plenty of water, but we don't even have dams. Fish we get from South Africa, but we have plenty of water. We can do fish farming here in Zambia. But why? I don't know. I don't know where we go wrong as Zambians. I don't know. I submit.
The idea of wanting quick money, the idea of Muzungwani Konde, the idea of me, myself, and I, and the list goes on. That's where we go wrong. And we have no shame. That would be my short submission on this matter. Shall we move on? Unless if you have something more to add, Rakaziyopo Muliapa.
I can't say more than what my colleague has just said. We have become the enemy of our own selves. And you see, even when we talk, the challenge has been the labeling also. Even if I would say the same thing that you, Wakalinda, would say, or Wachanda, whoever would say, if it is coming from me, I'm a wrong source. It has to come from within the party that we are going to listen. But these are things that are standard. We all see them. We see them in the same way. They affect us in the same way. The impact is the same on our lives. Why can't we just get back and say, okay, if you are our leader and you're not doing this, we will remove you. It doesn't matter how much we love you. But the moment that you make plans that are not sitting with us very well, the plans that are not responding to our needs, sorry, it's a departure line. We can love you to death, but on this one, it's a departure line. Because that is the only way I think we're going to change things. So I agree with what my colleague said.
Because nobody is saying that your input is not recognized. Nobody's saying that. You can give us information, or you can give us your contribution, and we're going to, accept it. Because one, you are Zambian just like me and you. You know, doesn't matter whether you're PF or UPAD. That doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Tumwina Zambia, once we're all Zambia, and what we want to do is we want to, make sure that Mwina Zambia or you say they benefit with what we have or maybe may have. Mama. So bachana we no shadi ngatwala nda tapala vonse triomfa.
Hello.
Bonze triomfa, The only thing is this. And the only bad thing that actually is coming from the opposition is you like to sponsor bad things.
What bad things have been sponsored?
So, if you allow me, there's a lot of negativity on the internet when it comes to Abaiche and stuff like that. I can give you an example. Uyo umulumendo at Waimi. He's being sponsored by the PF. Okay? But look at what he's been saying. Insulting Vamayo Vanalumango, insulting the president, insulting Mutinta. Is that how low you guys can steep?
Batan, there is a culture which we must stop. I've been preaching on this forum. That's why I said I'm to Alanda to move for. On this forum, I have been an advocate that let's deal with those things conclusively on both ends. How many times is Edgar Lungu insulted by your members? How many times is Rafa Nakachinda? How many times is given to me? How many times have these people been ridiculed and demeaned by your people? And nobody steps up to say, this is not what we believe in. We must use civil language towards each other. Why and is condemned to the latter? We all don't like it. But when another person does we must stand up to the same degree. But if someone else talk about my I'm thinking about talk about my yesterday. As if a person was never a president from senior leaders, including the minister. How do you use such language? You are a minister, and then you want people to respect you and have civil language. How? How do you expect why me to behave? When we are able to use bad language, if ever in former leaders, we jump into using very bad and palatable language when we have a discourse. How? But there's more to do to deal with this. As you won't say, it doesn't matter whether you like the person, you love him, but when he is using demeaning language, he must be reminded that's not a language for a leader. That is not a language to support. But when it is a section of people that you are going to around the for why you mean. Me, I don't listen to why you mean, by the way. So she's only fair to cut. So this is because if I start to add to the numbers of people listening in and watching, this is an extension. So I don't agree with him. So I just avoid listening and commenting on it and even having a conversation on it. I don't agree with him, but I don't agree the segregative way of dealing with why me. That I will not agree. Why me that we must deal with it. It's what we must deal with it.
No, but who are the financiers?
Government has a final say. The people that are in power, they're the ones that have the final say. It's government.
Who's financing why me? There's a hidden secret here.
Look at this. This is where the conversation loses it. You go and concentrate on wine. Why don't you concentrate on the people within your party that are insulting?
No, but the question is this.
So
It's
what
not
about
the
my
people
question?
who
That is
come
your
on
question to me.
TV every day insulting
But
leaders,
that is your
and
question to
that
me. Answer
person
my
is
question first.
being paid by a
Start with answering my
well-known
question.
individual that
You
you
see,
know and I know
that
pays
kind of
him.
looking at things will not make
Okay?
why you go away. It will not, because even when they put a question, you choose not to answer what I'm asking. You take your own way, and then you want me to start to speak to what you are saying. You say, no, that is not the point. It is the point I'm raising with you. It is my point to you. What are you saying about my point? You want me to comment on your point while you're ignoring my point about what is happening to those people that are insulting other leaders other than the president? That is
No,
my concern.
no, but it's not every day. Like there's no
It doesn't
channel.
have to be.
Him
It doesn't even have
he
to
has
be
a
one
dedicated
day.
channel being
But,
sponsored
and
by
I
one of the
don't
biggest
agree that it should
opposition
even be one
leaders.
day. Me,
He
I'm
pays
saying
him money straight in his pocket.
no. I don't know about that. I can't comment on that. Me, I am commenting on bad behavior from everybody. I don't care what he says, and I care what I don't like what he says, and I don't like what other people say. See, from anybody, I'm not interested. It's bad. It's just bad. We should not protect it. Even when we can a question about the people from UPND that are insulting. What do you say? No, Tarafina, but last week. Who tells them that they have a right to insult even one time? We should not allow it to even happen one time. Even now, what things do they say about this here? And you think that if we are watching the cover is here, we will be able to tolerate that. Now, even the are you going to tolerate it? You will not. So we must say these are leaders. These are our leaders. We chose them. They won through our legitimate elections. They won. They led us. Our to take Peter. We must respect them. Our to take another, we must respect them to the same degree. That is the only way we can move forward. But in it will not happen. You will not change anybody. Because you are not going to the fundamentals of how you control it. So selective justice is the problem. We must stop selective justice. I submit.
I agree in totality by resident peers. I think going forward, politics of insult should be politics of the past. In
Exactly.
either account. Zambia doesn't need it. Our kids don't need it. We also don't want to hear it. We need to return to civility. So whoever is sponsoring these kids, either in PF or in UPND, we have to stop. Upon Pelele, Simkonda, wherever the background.
Ah, yeah, it's very tricky, but what I can say is that I think in Zambia uh, we need time for. I think you have to be differentiating time for politics and time to do other things. But we find that in Zambia, from 2021 up to today, we are still doing politics, 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 politics. And the way we do it, we do politics. We are trying to uh, like to bring someone's down. So the other person also is going to counteract. That's where all these things is coming from. We are all Zambians. Whoever is ruling is a Zambian. I'm a Zambian. Whatever we are going to achieve, whatever that person is going to implement, it's for the good of me as a Zambian, not as a ruling party or the previous part. No. When we start seeing these things, we are going to move together. But the moment we start to bring each other's down, the problems will come, and we will never even see any good or any development because we are doing politics. Yeah, you can see example what happens when you lost the by Edith Nawak. There was a lot of politics. But why? We are all Zambians. We have to love our each other. And moreover, we say Zambia is a Christian nation. So where is Christianity? Do we really understand the principles of Christianity? Or we are just pretending? So even if people they see when we say we are Christians, but people they see what we are doing, they say, are these people Christians? In me, I say Zambia is the first country to go to hell. Us Zambians will be the first one to go to hell.
Kokola any population connection.
Zambians will be the first.
Vanhu kamujoineko kuhero kudeya kumunu.
Nish Marangile, just to ask, why have you said that?
Vachiyako kuhero kumwe.
Why have you said that?
I'm telling you.
Why?
The problem is that we like pretending.
We are
That is why there's a
hypocrites.
problem.
People are hypocrites.
I'm done.
Why have you said that? Give us specifics.
Okay.
We are hypocrites, Machanda. Mumumbi munda.
Yeah. So the reason why I've said that we pretend we are saying I'm a Christian. So now, are we really following the values of Christians? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. But you find that people they are insulting each other. Is that Christianity? Definitely no. If we really just follow what the Bible says and what is happening, is it that Christianity? Definitely no. We are just pretending to be Christians. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? So if me, I have idea. That's why the politics that I want to see is where, for example, we have a ruling party, opposition party. We have all these TV radio stations. Let's go to the radio and we have a problem. Let's go and debate. We hear as Zambians, as voters, we hear, oh, this one is talking about this one is talking about this. I think this one, yes, it's us to decide. Oh, yes, we can vote for this one. Yes, we can vote for this one. These are the types of posts that we want to see. Me personally, that is what I want to see. Okay, we have a president. The president from the ruling party, let's go and debate. We hear. But I think these things we see when someone stands and talk, we can't hear any developmental issues. What you're going to is someone is talking about, see, this one is talking about this one is talking about. But we're all Zambians. If I made a mistake, me as a Zambians, we have to be responsible and say, I think I've made a mistake. We have to move like this. I have to accept. Then in that way, we are going to move on. But if I want to justify the wrong, then we are not going anywhere. A wrong is wrong. Even if it's spoken by intelligent scientist, wrong is wrong. That is what it means. So these are the types of politics that we want to see. But in this direction, insult, this one comes, this one comes, this one comes. No, let's support each other. Let's come together. Let's dialogue and if there's a problem, let's sit down and discuss. We move on as a country. Let's have time for politics and time to work, but not what we hear. That's why even in the parliament, I don't know. If you need those people they are presenting the issues of people, I don't know. What happens there in that house is politics. When question times for the vice president question, yeah, What you're going to hear people, they're going to ask, they're going to start asking about, I don't know, something which is not even coming from the constituents, something about politics. But why? But why?
Yeah. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
that is what they do. At the end of the month, people they get paid. That is what happens. The same question which was asked in 2021, 2022, it was asked last month. The same question. So we are like competing. Then we can't go anywhere like that. As a country, we can't go anywhere. And you can even say there's a proper question that someone can ask, but it's going to ask a political question. And the vice president sometimes say, also I'm going to ask to answer in a political way. They now are going to develop like that. The issues of amendment of the recent this amendment, there was a lot of things that came on social media. This, but that is not what we expected. Us as a Zambians, that is not what we expected. No, they'll do this. No, it will be like this. Ah, let's find a way. Let's sit down. Let's put this. We put this as a country. It's a benefit for each and everyone. And also, let's remove this. Let's do this. But what comes there is politics, 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 politics. That's why we are here today. That's why I'm saying that Zambia will be the first country to go to hell.
No. On that point, I don't agree with you. I'm sorry. That's on that one. I don't agree with you. But
Vatanda kushepula kumina. Abantu kabalera deficient. Kamwaukwako limo.
you know your concerns are valid. Your concerns are valid.
All right. All right. Oh my goodness. This has been really a nice discussion we've had today. Shall we move to the rant?
Oh yeah, you've already finished the program, huh?
No, yeah, but you can. Actually, let me read some comments. Sorry, people have sent me comments. So Pamadan, Pama WhatsApp. So condolences to us Zambians. No one knows the day of death. What is important is to do what is right when one still has earthly life. Monia Zulu, childish. There's no way a mature person with the right motive can accuse others publicly like that and think he will be let free. The only challenge, there's a by-election in Numezi coming up. Quite a number. Now, obviously, they'll start killing each other. Okay, I guess let's leave it there. No, if you want to comment on on the late Nan, on about Edith, you can. Go ahead.
I'll comment on quickly run just through some of the things that I had comments on.
Yes.
But it is something that should send us a very serious signal to us as a people. That is the time that we need to help that person. You know, for me, I think government played itself in just the politics. Because you see, even if she was getting arrested, the first place she should have been taken to was the hospital, not the police cells. If they're taken by Edith to the hospital would have told them exactly how the situation was at that point in time. Not to let her go to prison, longer for 8 days without anything. Then when she comes out, then you say, collect any number medical report. And then the medical report comes after 10 days.
I think let's not dwell into that one.
And I'm giving my summary, please. This is what I intended to say, and I'll say it anyway. This is what I intended to tell you people and tell the Zambian people. Exactly what I'm saying. That for me, I'm saying that when a person, even if a person is accused of something that is wrong, when they say they are sick, you start by taking them to the hospital before you take them to prison.
Anyway,
The first place is the hospital.
this is a very
before prison.
sensitive issue.
No, it's not a sensitive issue. She's
No,
dead.
it is. It's very sensitive.
No, no, let me
No, let's
finish
not.
my submission, Latanda.
Uh,
Can you allow me to finish my submission? You are
no,
interrupting me right now, and this is not being helpful.
let's
No,
not
let me finish my
involve
submission.
politics in this thing.
Let me submit
Let's give
myself.
respect
No, you
No,
to
cannot
the
say
let him
what
family.
you are doing.
let him say. Let him
Yeah, that's
say.
you shouldn't be doing what you are doing right now. That is very, very disrespectful again. This is an open forum where we share the ideas. You have a right to
Yes,
respond
but
to what I'm going to say.
on this one,
No, but
let's
in this one,
not
you didn't have a right to respond to
politicize
what
it.
I'm going to say.
No,
But
let
what you
him.
talk,
Let
people
me
say,
let him speak his mind. Like to say. Let him do.
don't gaggle me. Don't gaggle me. So let me speak my mind. You respond to what I'm going to say. And this is very short. In 2 minutes, I'll be done. What I'm saying is, for me, the inception of how Edith Nawaki was treated at the time that she should have been going to the hospital. She should have been Ngawat Pangilomula, and whatever reported was that when she said she was sick at that time when they were arresting her, because videos are there, she should have been taken to the hospital. First be checked, then taken to police. You can't take a person to police, then the hospital later. It doesn't work that way. Even in an accident, now when criminal they take them to the hospital first, get assessed, then take you to prison. That didn't happen, and for me, that was something that should never ever happen to anyone ever again.
Yeah.
That is my submission on the issue about it is now. Unless you have something to say different about that.
Yes, of course, I've got something else to say, and what I'm saying is, I would rather, just maintain our integrity and stuff like, and remove politics. Who did what?
There's nothing politics when you are sick.
It doesn't matter for us. I think the family already is in mourning, and we need to respect them and give them the space to do it. Other than trying to blame a government, for all these things. We cannot blame an individual or a government or when was that. Let's allow the family to go and mourn our mother in peace. Let's not bring it, because once we start bringing in politics,
there's that whatever I said, which is political. Let me first tell
it's
you.
neither here or there.
Maybe you don't know.
We are
I know about
doing
Edith
a
Nawaki very
disservice
well.
to
Vatanda, maybe let me just give
former
you a tip.
finance minister of the country.
Let me
the
give
light
let
that
me
we
give you a
want
tip.
to remember her. She was the first female finance minister.
You're not going to appease people by thinking like that when
Not
she's
if
dead. That it doesn't matter.
That's not your it's not your case or my case.
No. You cannot be the one to tell me
okay.
that. Hello?
Can you give us a story of Nawaki, a best story since you've been in the government that you've had interacted with that?
But
Please,
that,
give us a story
hello,
like that.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, and I'm not going to accept that kind of narration from you. I will not do it. And I'll stick by what I've said. Whether you don't agree or not, it's okay with you. But now, first of all, my father was a headmaster at Mwenzo Primary School when Banawaki was in school at Mwenzo, 1975. I have known her. I even know my father, who is Point Work. I know where she stays, where she lived. We lived there for over 15 years. I know her very well, at personal level. My father was a teacher. That one, who is late right now. I know the entire family, all the brothers, the cousins, including the brothers to the father. I know them, all the Swapis, I know them. So it's not like I'm talking about someone I don't know. It's someone I know very well. So if you're trying to justify what was wrong, it was just wrong to take people like that. She was not treated right. That is my opinion. And you're not changing it because of what you're saying. So let's just move on. That I've given you what I think about it. You are not trying to convince me about it because umuntu ngalwala baya kuchipatala bamtola ku prison. That is waste of time. So let's move on to something else. On the other thing, what I wanted to say was on Tabo Kawana. Tabo Kawana needs to be fired. what he did about DCA is very wrong. That is why when he was left to be on his own, he cannot be saying things the way he said that. Hebu watu wakusenda kada mampanga PS because him confessed, me I'm kada and I'm permanent secretary, and now see what is happening there. In 1 minute, Jack Mwimbo was talking about not discussing the health of the head of state. Then Tabakawana behaves like that. Cornelius Mwitwa, for the first time, I agree with him. And I agree with him coming up in that manner to show leadership. That is leadership, Honorable Mwitwa, if you are listening. That is leadership. Where you come and say, this I did not authorize. If many people can do that, we might be heading in some right direction. Because the PSY Minister of Education. Where do you get the audacity to do that? Next, I can special minister. So, Honorable Mwetwa, on that one, I'm with you. I agree with you, and that's the discipline that you need to put in the civil service.
Say or do?
Did you see what Mr. Honorable Mwetwa said about the health of the current?
No, just give me your opinion. What did
No, but my
Tabu
opinion is
Kawana
I'm giving you.
say?
I'm giving you my opinion about what Tabu Kawana, what Honorable Mwetwa said. Why did Honorable Mwetwa dissociate himself from the comments that Tabu was making? He mentioned them. They are there. They are online. I don't need to start reading them or playing the videos. We can play the videos. They are there. Tabu Kawana held the press conference without any authority from the minister. Who tells you that the PS can hold the press conference without a minister knowing and speak about a government position? And especially that the minister is the chief government spokesperson. That was an embarrassment, but I'm happy that Honorable Mwitwa stood up and told him off. Honorable Mwitwa, on that one, kudos. That is what I expect from you. I expect from you to be straightforward. That's the Cornelius that I've known. I didn't know you becoming this the way you wanted to start behaving, but this time you were on point. That is what we need. If all ministers started behaving like that when things are wrong in the ministry, they say, this I don't agree, I don't accept with myself, this is the correct position, we might be heading into some right direction. So on that one, Honorable Mwetwa, kudos. You have my support on that kind of decision that you made to distance yourself from that kind of behavior by Tabu Kawana.
All right. Mapwisha Bakazia.
Napwisha.
Oh, great. Now, let me just correct a few things here. One, on Edith now, are you aware the family thanked the government for their help or the assistance that they rendered during her illness and after? Are you aware?
I am very much aware, and I'm even aware of the person who said it. I know that person.
Okay. So that's all we needed to clear.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to think that we are not the viewers may not think we are not aware of that. We are only politicking here.
Yeah.
So, anyway, shall we move on to the rant? Who wants to rant? Right, if you're probably who wants to rant, Vashimukonda. Rant, this is where you talk about that.
Yeah.
Talk about that you want to get off your chest.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Since as Zambians we are Christian, is a Christian nation. When Jesus Christ came, He died for us, and when He died, there's something that we learned, and He told us to be doing as a Christian, if you want to be a Christian. So there's something that we learned about the death of Jesus Christ. So now, Zambia, we have laws which is governed this nation. And it's a duty and responsibility of each and everyone to understand those laws so that we don't break them. Yes, we can say this, we can say this. Sometimes people they'll commit a certain crime, they will be picked by the police. They will say the president is sending what. So sometimes it's really confusing. Do we really have a constitution or not? If we have, the police, they have to follow the constitution. If I break a law, they will come and pick me and I'll be answerable to that. So it's my duty, whatever I'm doing, it's my responsibility, so that tomorrow I don't blame the next person. If I've done something wrong, first of all, I have to check before I blame the second person, what have I done? Have I done something? I've done something correct. But the tendency that we have, I'll make a mistake, then later on I'll forget about my mistake. Then I'll blame the next one. That's why I was saying, let's stop doing this politics that we do in Zambia. Because I'm a politician, I'm a what? So it's not me that we are above the law. No one is above the law. We are all, everyone governed by the same law, and we have to follow. And it's our duty to know what am I doing? Let's check ourselves. Let's be responsible in whatever we are doing. The moment we become responsible, then we will not start blaming each other. We will not start blaming each other. We have a problem. Let's sit down as Zambians, as brothers and sisters. Let's resolve. So the development of this, or the progress of this nation, is not going to be measured based on the wrong things that we've done. It's going to be measured on how we handled the differences. Zambia is one country. Let's love each other. Problems will come. Let's sit down. Let us not make groups to rise against someone. We are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. Let's help one another. If you know that this one is wrong, let's advise in a mature way. And everyone going to see Zambia really is a Christian nation. Let's bring those principles of Christianity first. Before I do anything, let's look on the principles. What are the commandments says? Okay, this and this, let's do this. We have Christians, we have churches, church leaders. Let's know how we can advise, whether it's a ruling party, whether it's a government or the opposition. Let's meet at one table. But the way it's going, it's really bad. And whatever will happen, the people of Zambia is going to be affected. So it's not about competition. We are not competing. If today I'm a president, I'll do my part. Someone will come. Let's support that person. It's one Zambia. Whatever achievement that person is going to achieve, it's the benefit of all Zambians, all 10 provinces. We are going to celebrate. Oh, we have achieved this. We've moved we've moved from here to point B until we reach where we want. But the way it's happening, we are bringing each other down. Every day there's this, and whatever we're discussing, let's discuss something which is developmental. Oh, how can we improve ourselves? Let's do this, but not what we are discussing on social media. I don't know why we even we find this time to do all this discussion, which is it's not even taking us anywhere. I can remember when this new notes came. No, there's Unbiased. So now, my question, no, there's no K. Honestly speaking, someone buy bundles and to go and comment all the new note and there's no K. So now if there's no K there, what is the benefit and what is the gain? What is the loss? If there's Unbiased there, if there's the Unbiased or not there, what is a loss or what is a gain? That is a money and it has a value. Simple as that. So whatever we discuss sometimes is not, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know where we go wrong, but we can do better. I submit.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, I think ndefo kuipshako ushava Manchester United doko baba. Just to throw everybody off target.
They were
Manchester
butchered
United
today
doko
by
baba.
Newcastle. Too
Olo
much Tamba
klabu
ball.
bali sala shishibe bwino klabu
They
bali
were
sala.
massacred by Newcastle today, 4-1.
I don't understand. Ushoko yaba klabu iliya olo bali sala.
It's an average team.
I don't understand it because I'm trying to figure out because wale tushupa sana, so they were on top of the anthill, you know. Chimo chine kwati badani kane ba opposition. So they were on top of the anthill, but all of a sudden shishi ngoko yaba olo bali sala club ilia olo katwi shishi giariam division 2 shishibe.
They're there. They were much Tamba game we have Newcastle. They were butchered today. Man, it was like watching Madrid last week against Arsenal. Oh my goodness, I enjoyed that game so bad. Anyway, who is next on the rant? Rakazia, are you done with your rant for the day?
The run for the day. Oh my goodness. I think was mkonda yaba puisha most even. Baba ati muchina mwanga walanda ati baba mazile kadi. Walanda. Hao shi wanapopata paskari hao wakule kizigana ni sote. Watu
That's
ngochina
all it is.
wangalinda ndalande china mwange chine. Bano sana na bena mwangabe nganchi china mwanga. That's when I pride myself because I was at Mwenzo Mission for many years there. That is where I started my grade 1. My grade 1 to 7. I was there at that school. So I know the Namwanga tradition very well. So my rant here is I think there is more that the government needs to do to actually deal with the discontentment that is coming from the general citizen. The issue of throwing everything at the opposition that is actually the term. They oppose you to unsettle you. So if you just follow everything that is coming from the opposition or want to gag the opposition, you will not manage. By the time you want to start focusing on your successes, they will be taken over by the negativity that will come from the critics. We are not going to stop criticizing the UPND government. That is actually what it is. When you're in government, the citizen criticize you, they give you even impossible tasks. It is you to listen. The government needs to do more listening to the people. When people are crying, it's not just the opposition. Most of the opposition leaders that are there are not affected by the economic scenarios that they are. They will always buy minimum. Even if minimum went to 2,000 quarter, they will still buy 5 of them for their families. They still take their children to the best schools that are in the country right now. They still go to the best hospitals that are there. It is the Zambian people that we must start to look out for and see that when they complain about the cost of living, government needs to have a clear plan to deal with the cost of living. Some of us have just been technocrats our entire life, but because we are critical and we are very straightforward in what we do. So I, for one, you go back and check my track record, you would find that I led a very strict life when I was at the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. There is no scandal right now. You can say that, oh, this is a scandal that the ministry was involved in. No, there is nothing like that. The audit queries were on point. So some of the things that we'll be able to speak to the government are things that we have experienced. One of the things you have to understand is even the ones that are in government now, they cannot rise against the government that they're saving to say, oh, I'm going on the media to say this is wrong, I don't agree with it. That is not how the civil service works. That is the fighting collective responsibility. You have to work at the pleasure of the presidency and make the president look good all the time. The problem is that if people are looking at what benefits them, they mislead the president because they want contracts, they want deals. And therefore, when the president is doing something wrong, the only thing they know is to defend what the president has said and then run with it. Run with it even more in a more vicious way than what the president even intends to mean. When you have many people clarifying the president's statement, if the president say, I'm going to Luapula tomorrow, then someone say, no, Tamatu Fabu, he's going to Chembe, then from Chembe he's going to Kasama, then he's coming back to Mansa. There's a problem. Because now there are too many people that are clarifying the presidential statements. And that is one of the things that needs to be done because they all want to be relevant. They see wanting to be relevant is diluting the president's directive. And usually when the president makes a mistake, he's not being guided. He needs to be guided. He needs to be told, this you cannot say in public. This you can say in public, Your Excellency. We agree with you. We love you to death. But for this one, don't say it that way. And we're not going to have problems trying to justify what you've said. So he needs more support than what I'm getting from most of these young men that have hijacked the UPND and wanting to be very, very clear cut. They've misled the president, and the president now has a mountain to climb to get to where he wants to be. But now the opposition is also looking at it. They are looking for a chance, and if a chance opens up, they will take it. They will not go there. It's not their responsibility to tell government what to do right. No, them is to find faults and tell you what you need, how they can do it. If they don't tell you what they can do it, they will just oppose and keep quiet. Find solutions and tell them about the solutions. If you don't find solutions, it's your weakness. So for me, I want to see a government in Zambia that has to drag in together where we start to control our resources. Our resources are gone. That's where the only problem that there is. We need to get back and redirect the resources to the Zambian people. Let everything run through the Zambian people to anyone who wants to come, not the capital flights that we are seeing. So I wish you luck, guys, but I want to see a better Zambia for everybody. And let's be honest with each other. Let's have the clear kind of discussion that should be able to help us together. Thank you.
Amen. Back to the fear.
N'abalanda bakirufyana abakulu wazona pale mani
No,
wa
no.
bakirufyana.
Just to
Yeah,
chime in,
protect Mike.
I'm going to agree with you for the first time when it comes to developmental projects or ideas or what we should discuss. There, I can amplify it and say, yes, those are the cornerstone of our country as Zambia.
Wafefeta mumfwe bwaffe.
No. We're not talking about this. Is now different now. Today, and developmental issues. So, Iria Kwebati, let's discuss these issues is important. Okay? And where development issues need to be done is also important. And even if our ministers, PF, but they're in government, they're doing a disservice if they are not implementing government projects. Because, to be honest, Shakuroni is a very disappointing situation because you find abantu abengefe, they will say like, look, in the mentality ya kumushiri yako bati, sorry, no, not really, let me withdraw that, but the mentality yako bati, you just don't want to support the government of the day because you are aligned to a certain political individual or political party. The whole thing or the whole background is when community you say is going to suffer. Okay? So which is a disservice, you're doing a disservice. That's not what the people of Zambia voted you for. It doesn't matter whether the president that is there is your leader or is not your leader. But at the end of the day, I think what you need to do is go in the community and give and deliver what you promised. You're campaigning to those people. You're not campaigning for a leader who is the president. No, no, no. You're campaigning for your own people in the community. And that's why they voted for you. And then if you cannot provide essential things that they need just because you're not happy of who the leader is, then you shouldn't be in a government position. You shouldn't be in leadership. Because what we need now is to provide. It doesn't matter whether it's somebody, whether it's President Bakambwiri or whoever. As long as me deep down, I want to provide what the essential of that community wants. Chapwa, enchitoyobe, enchitoyobe. Bombera abantu abakusalire. Why would you not provide these commodities or these essentials? Clinics, imisevo, okay? Just to mention a few. Why would you not provide all these essentials to your community? Just because indala moposhirida bakupera indala beshi namusta approve abagab. Oh, we're going to build a bridge here. We're going to build a clinic here. We're going to build a road there, and then because of your own, okay, thinking in your mind, you're like, I don't want to do this because if I don't work with a church. No. You're doing a disservice to the community. Bring community back to where it's supposed to be. If they need to benefit. The money is there. Go and get it and give the community what they need. Don't capitalize on things that don't even make sense. Like, people are not going to give you respect anyway. Next time when there's voting time, they're not going to vote for you. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Now that you have all ranted, give me 2 minutes. I need to sing my song. That's the only rant I have for today. Because, Wednesday was, back to the, did you watch that game? Oh,
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I left
Real
work.
Madrid?
I left
Oh
work
my God.
I left work at 2:00. The game was at 3. Oh my God! Now let's all sing, join in. No
imwe vakalinda imwe
legend
vakalinda imwe
forever.
vakalinda imwe
Whatever the weather. I said let's all join in.
olesefya bwangu lolebyanyu fisi ukasefya fye bwino nantirashi kusefya ukusefya mulebomba bwino
I
sana
go
nomba
on.
loleleni
We in Sefia pe game in Efion Sefia. Every game. Sefia.
This is a big step mulepanga bahasi ukusefya bwino
Alidila. In given Windows voice, Anyala Bape. Anyala.
This player, you know, chat that
Bradford. He supports Bradford.
Black Forest team. Yeah, I don't know what they call them nowadays.
Bradford United. North London forever.
No matter the weather.
No matter the streets are and my heart will leave you never. Until next week, Bane. Same time, same place. Keep the faith. Whew.